What happens when one of the league's most dynamic players considers leaving his team to join an already stacked roster in the Western Conference? You get one of the most polarizing debates in recent NBA history. Jimmy Butler, the heart and soul of the Miami Heat, is reportedly eyeing the Phoenix Suns, and if this happens, it could send shockwaves through the entire NBA. Butler has been synonymous with Miami Heat's success, especially during their underdog runs in the playoffs. But recent cracks in the relationship between Butler and the Heat organization are fueling trade rumors. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns, led by Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, are already contenders, but could become unstoppable with Butler in the mix. Why does Jimmy Butler want the Suns? How are the Heat handling these rumors? What does this mean for the Western Conference and ultimately for the NBA as a whole? Stay tuned as we break it all down, piece by piece. Let's start with the big question. Why would Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor, want to join the Suns? It's not just about leaving Miami, it's about what Phoenix represents. Imagine teaming up with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. The scoring load wouldn't rest solely on Butler's shoulders anymore. At 34 years old, Butler is looking for an opportunity to preserve his body while still being effective. Joining a team with multiple superstars allows him to take a step back offensively and focus on what he does best: defense, leadership, and clutch performances. Phoenix offers something Miami currently lacks: balance. With Durant and Booker leading the offensive charge, Butler could thrive in his role as a playmaker and defensive anchor. Let's not forget the Suns' coaching situation. Frank Vogel, known for his defensive schemes, would likely maximize Butler's skill set. And then there's the market appeal. Phoenix is a team on the rise in the Western Conference. The opportunity to play for a championship contender in an emerging basketball city is enticing. This move isn't coming out of nowhere. Butler has dropped subtle hints over the past few months. During interviews, he's expressed admiration for Kevin Durant's efficiency and Devin Booker's scoring prowess. Could these be breadcrumbs leading us to his next destination? On the other side of this story, the Miami Heat aren't sitting idly by. They know Butler is invaluable, but also understand the complications of keeping an unhappy star. Reports suggest that Miami is open to trade offers, but they're not going to let Butler go without significant compensation. The Heat are reportedly seeking young talent and draft capital, not just a star-for-star swap. They're wary of deals involving players like Bradley Beal, who doesn't align with their long-term vision. Behind the scenes, there's tension. Butler's competitive fire has always been a double-edged sword. While it's driven Miami to success, it's also caused friction. From reported arguments with teammates to a 7-game suspension for conduct detrimental to the team, the cracks are becoming harder to ignore. For Miami, this isn't just about moving Butler, it's about setting the franchise up for the future. They're not interested in a quick fix. They're looking for assets that can help them rebuild or retool around Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro. Meanwhile, the Suns are reportedly all in on acquiring Butler. Phoenix Governor Matt Ishbia has shown he's not afraid to make bold moves. Acquiring Durant last season was proof of that. Adding Butler would solidify the Suns as one of the most star-studded teams in NBA history. But making this trade happen won't be easy. The Suns are already dealing with salary cap constraints, and their pool of draft assets is limited after the Durant trade. Any deal would likely require a creative approach, possibly involving a third team to make the finances work. So what could a trade look like? Option 1. Bradley Beal and a future pick. But as we've mentioned, Miami isn't sold on Beal. Option 2. Deandre, Ayton, and young bench players, which gives Miami a mix of talent and potential. Option 3. A multi-team deal bringing Miami the young assets they crave, while Phoenix lands Butler. If Butler joins the Suns, the team instantly becomes a title favorite. Imagine a lineup featuring Durant, Booker, and Butler. You have scoring, defense, and clutch play all in one package. This trio could rival any big three in recent memory, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Integrating another star comes with challenges. How do you balance touches between Durant, Booker, and Butler? And what about the bench depth? Trading for Butler could leave the Suns thin in key areas. From a broader perspective, this trade would shake up the Western Conference. the Suns would solidify themselves as the team to beat, creating new rivalries and potentially dethroning the reigning champion Denver Nuggets. Butler's move could set a precedent. If Miami successfully lands a package of young players and picks, it could reshape how teams approach trading all-stars in the future. On the flip side, if Phoenix goes all in, it could highlight the growing trend of sacrificing depth for star power. Unsurprisingly, reactions are mixed. Some fans are thrilled at the idea of a super team in Phoenix, others worry about the league's competitive balance. Social media has been flooded with hot takes, memes, and debates, making this one of the most talked about stories of the offseason. To recap, Jimmy Butler's potential move to the Phoenix Suns is about more than just one player changing teams. It's about legacy, strategy, and the ever-changing dynamics of the NBA. The Heat are weighing their options, the Suns are ready to gamble, and fans are left wondering how this will all play out. Whether this trade happens or not, one thing is clear: the NBA is as unpredictable and exciting as ever. So what do you think? Should the Suns take the risk, or is this trade too complicated to pull off? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more NBA content. Stay tuned, the trade deadline is just getting started.